All right, last homework set in forces, and this is what we're going to figure out is how to overcome friction. So basically, when we're overcoming friction, we're looking at how much force we can get something started, or how much we're going to start. So let's look at this. We have two things we're going to look at. First equation is, again, coefficient of friction. This is frictional force, and this is normal force. Now remember, each of these forces equal mass times acceleration. So when we substitute mass times acceleration, in the numerator is the mass times the acceleration of friction. On the bottom is mass times the acceleration of gravity, which is usually the opposite of what's normal. So if this is going to be negative, acceleration of gravity is negative, in this case the normal acceleration is going to be positive. And so this ratio is basically the coefficient of friction. If we know the mass, it's just going to be the ratio of these two accelerations. And we'll show you how this works. So we've got bicycling in the rain, so it applies it brakes and slides to a stop. The acceleration of the bicycle is this value. What's the coefficient of friction? So the acceleration is going this way. So what we have is we're looking at, if we look at an object, say here's our bicycle. It's got, on the slick surface, got coefficient going down, the mass times acceleration. This is going to be the mass times acceleration as well, but it's going to be opposite of this, because this is going down, this is going to be negative, this is going up, it's going to be positive. But the acceleration is going to be the same. The mass is going to be the same, but just in different directions. So what we're looking at for the coefficient of friction, the mass is going to cancel out, so we've got the coefficient, the acceleration due to friction, and then the acceleration due to gravity. Friction, we have it's this right here, minus 9.5 meters per second divided by 9.81. And this is how you figure out this coefficient of friction. You don't need the mass. There's no mass in there. Just we know that the Earth's gravity is 9.81 meters per second squared. The acceleration is given to you of the bicycle. So 9.5 divided by 9.81, and the value is going to be negative, and this ratio is going to be 0.97. And that's the coefficient of friction. And usually these coefficients are positive. But we do know the acceleration of friction is going the other way. And that's the answer, folks. Make sure you read the question and interpret the question. This is the hardest part of physics, is trying to figure out what you need and how to solve it. The math is relatively easy, folks. Now, if you have any questions, please see me at Scott time or after school. Have a good day.